Rahul, when you started playing, obviously it was a different ball game in the sense of approach, the kind of dreams that you were dreaming. Do you feel that there is a shift in the mindset of young cricketers, not necessarily Indians, with this explosion of leagues, big money coming in? Does that worry you that that same kind of, there'll be greater number of burnouts, perhaps, chasing moolah rather than chasing, say, perfection or chasing the satisfaction of doing well at the top level?
I think I asked there's just more options now. I think, when I grew up, and it's very hard for me to be judgmental on the kids of today. And I think it'd be very unfair for me to be that, because when I grew up, if I wanted to be a successful professional cricketer, and making a living out of the sport did become a part of that. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I'd gone through a commerce degree in college and not very successfully. So I knew I had to make this click, and so I knew that the only option for me was to be a successful test cricketer at that stage. There was no other way in which you could make a professional living out of the sport that I loved. I would have still played it, but I would have probably looked to do something else if I wasn't good enough, professionally. Today the options are a lot more. I think people have that option of not necessarily playing test cricket, but still making a living out of the game. And, who's to blame kids for taking that option? Who's to blame kids for using that opportunity if they feel they're not good enough for test cricket? If they're not good enough for test cricket, I'm sure they'll feel, look, at least I need to make a living out of this game. Let me at least play this, which is giving me some money. So I don't want to judge them on that, but I'd like to challenge them. And I think that what I'd like to tell young kids is that the greatest satisfaction you're going to get is from actually playing test cricket and playing in some of these great stadiums across the world. That will give you the greatest personal satisfaction. So don't sell yourself short. Try and achieve this, because it's possible. It can be done. I think you can find success in all. But, there might be kids in this era, in this generation, who will take that soft option. They might. Some won't. And I think we'll be able to see in time who are the kids who do that and who don't. And in every era, there have been people who've fallen by the wayside. Because
but you see kids coming in today's environment, wanting to play test cricket, although the money is elsewhere, still wanting to be test cricketers of India. Do you see that happening? I
still think in this generation, yes, because even the people like the Rohit Sharmas or the Suresh Rainas or the Manoj Tiwaris or whoever, the young kids who are in the team today, have still grown up watching and idealizing test cricket. Because I think it's the kids like Samit or kids of my son's age who would have grown up watching T20 cricket, grown up watching the IPL. That will be the challenge. When in 10 years' time, what will those kids want? I don't see that as an immediate problem in the future. I see that as a long-term issue. By long-term, I mean over the course of the next 10 years. When those kind of kids become thing, what will their dreams and aspirations be? Will, if one of the young kids wants to play, will he want to play for a franchise? Because that's going to give him... See, I think you must understand that in the end of the day, players are also performers. And we want to perform. And when you look at the IPL, I mean, it's a great stage to perform. Yeah. It's played in front of full stadiums. There's a great viewership on television. You're playing with some of the best players in the world. You're playing in some of the greatest stadiums in the country. What more there is? I mean, it's a great stage to perform. Why would you not want it? In the end of the day, you want a stage to perform. And so I think that challenge is going to rise in 10 years' time, and it's really interesting, and I think we've got to address that right now.
Yes, I think we address it emotionally rather than rationally at the moment. I think we don't look upon it as a long-term view. We react emotionally and say, anybody who says test cricket is in danger is wrong and doesn't know what he's talking about, because test cricket is supreme. Yes, it is supreme, but I think we need to look at it rationally rather than emotionally.